So, I mean, we talk about this quite often,
Mhm.
just the difference between a relationship and a set of rules,
Yeah.
and Paul is once again expressing just the struggle that the people of Israel had, that we read about over and over and over again, right? In the Old
Mhm.
Testament, how they get in trouble, so they cry out to God, and then, God rescues them, and then they're like, "We're going to serve you forever, God."
Right.
And the next thing you know, they're like worshiping idols or running off doing stupid things,
Right. Because they and it's like we can get real quick to judge them because it's like, well, they only sought God because they were in trouble. We do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Your faith walk, your relationship with Christ is never as strong as it is when you're walking through something difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Because we forget or we get comfortable. Everything's good. I'll let you know if I need you.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't say that maybe with our words, but we say it with our actions. We say it with our lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I think part of the problem, and you know how I will camp on this hill for a while. I think part of it is we in the Western world of North America, we have no margin. So we're so busy, we don't create space for relationship with people, much less with God.
Mm-hmm.
We're too busy.
Yeah. Well, and you go back to just talking about when we get in trouble, we run to God,
Yeah.
And what do we do in those moments? Our Bible is like with us everywhere. We're
Yeah.
constantly opening it. We're reading it. We're listening
Sure.
to podcasts.
We're
watching
fasting,
sermons.
we're praying, yeah, all the things.
We're doing all those things. And then all of a sudden,
we get our answer.
Yeah.
And then we're like, sweet, thanks God, I'll check back in.
And oftentimes we're like, oh, I'm going to keep pursuing God. I'm going to keep reading my Bible. I'm going to keep praying all like I have been. And within a few weeks, you realize, man, I'm not spending near the time with God that I used to.
We've all done it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so Paul's bringing this whole point up, talking about the Israelites, but it's such a lesson for us to really look at for our own lives as well. Just that the one thing that hasn't changed from the Old Testament to the New Testament is what God desired is a relationship with us.
Right.
What he wanted is for us to walk with him through life and trust him through the process of the ups and downs, the highs and lows, the bad, the good, and to know that he's there with us all the time.
Right. He wants to be part. I think that was the hardest, maybe not the hardest, but the craziest thing for me to realize, that he wanted and desires to be part of everything in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, when you surrender your life to Christ, that doesn't mean all the things that you enjoy are given up. It's you bring him into the day-to-day.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, when that movie, what was it called? The War Room. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
Came out. I mean, great movie. But we don't all have space and time in our life to create a room where we spend hours at a time interceding. If you have that, do it. Like there are seasons where you can't afford not to have that.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But the reality is, it's not about, oh, I spent 4 hours today in prayer, but rather throughout my day, I included God in the decisions, in the choices, in the celebrations, in the grievances. I included him in all those things.
Yeah.
I invited him into my day-to-day. And so it wasn't like I had to get away to get with God. That is important. Jesus set that example all throughout the New Testament. Getting away one-on-one with God is vital to your walk. But it's also very important to include him in the day-to-day.
Yeah.
The moment by moment,
Right.
you know?
Right.
And I just think that that's so important. And Paul's addressing that here.
Yeah. I think for me, like one of the most healthy places I am spiritually is when I take a few minutes, 20, 30 minutes to spend with the Lord intentionally in the morning. And then, like you said, include him throughout the day. That's when I find myself the most spiritually healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure.